Thanks EA for providing me a free code for Realm of Magic and continuing to fuel this blighted addiction I've had since 2001. Appreciate it. How to become a spellcaster in Sims 4. I spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to figure this one out. Although you can technically create a new character as a spellcaster right off the bat, I wanted to have my OG Sim become one. But then I worked around the realm for 2 days trying to figure out what to do and not doing anything productive, save making a batch of mac and cheese in a cauldron. So, don't make my mistake! Here's the proper way to do it and the basics of becoming a spellcaster. In the new neighborhood called Glimmerbrook, you'll want to find this alluvion-looking portal to the west of the map. Walk through it and you'll end up in the Magical Realms headquarters. The place will be littered with spellcasters practicing their craft, and among them you'll need to find one of the 3 sages with glowing symbols over their heads. They are the Sage of Mischief Magic, the Sage of Practical Magic, and lastly, the one you may have seen in the trailers, the Sage of Untamed Magic. It doesn't matter which sage you talk to, but just make sure you do this inside the magical realm, as they won't talk to you about magic in the normal world. Ask them one of the friendly prompts, ask how to use magic, and they'll send you on a quest to look for 7 shiny motes on the ground. These will spawn around the border of the HQ building. Simply pick up 7 motes and then revisit the sage you talked to at the start. That sage will then grant you the ability to cast magic, officially making you a spellcaster. Simple, right? In contrast to the past Sims 3 expansion Supernatural, you do not have to buy your own wand, or even own one, to cast magic. Many actions are open to you at the start. You can read tomes or talk to the sages to learn new potion recipes or spells, buy magic items at the shops, bind familiars to your sim, duel other spellcasters for ingredients, artifacts, or knowledge, brew potions in cauldrons, and so much more. Your spellbook will also keep track of all the spells and potions you learn along the way, and similarly to vampire powers, you can develop spellcaster perks through talent points. And while vampires have weaknesses to spend into, spellcasters have charge. So every time your sim casts a spell, they generate in their bodies what is called charge, and you can track how much your sim has in the little crystal ball on the top of the Needs tab. Fill it a little, and some charge can help boost your power of your spells. But fill it too much, and that charge can make your sim susceptible to curses. But it's not all that bad. There are perks that can help your sim reduce the amount of charge they build, or discharge it completely. If you are cursed, you can buy potions from the magic shops or the reward store. Or if you're a high enough spellcaster, you can learn the Decursify spell. Overall, just keep in mind that as a newbie spellcaster, that too much charge can risk your sim's health when left unchecked. That all said, Realm of Magic is a really good DLC. It takes a lot of the good from original Sims Making Magic and Sims 3 Supernatural expansion, like dueling and practical magic. I personally like how the Magic Realm is a completely separate instance that is explorable without additional loading. But as I kept playing, I ended up personally enjoying magic in everyday real-world situations way more than staying the entire time in the Magic Realm. The 3 types of magic, practical, untamed, and mischief, blend well with whatever kind of sim you prefer to play. As I tend to play a lot of sims with active careers like the doctors and actresses, Transportally ends up being the single most helpful spell in the game. It's an instant teleport with barely any cast time and no cooldown really, so time limits don't hurt as much. But if I wanted to make, say, a kleptomaniac sim, there's a spell called Burgulate that literally lets you steal stuff. Or you can put out fires with the Chilio spell. While you can spend all your time in the magical realm dueling and picking mandrakes, I believe the spell variety perfectly complements your sim's everyday life in the normal world. Realm of Magic is the one DLC that I've been waiting for a long time. If you only have the means to play one DLC out of the entire batch, which there are many, if you ask me, I'd say Realm of Magic is it. Thank you for watching! Eventually here, I'll be recreating Shepard's apartment for Mass Effect 3 to release on the gallery for anyone to play, so keep a lookout for that. Hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe, or at the very least, be good to one another. I'll see you soon or on stream. Links in the description, take care, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!